to attract investors to Nigeria. So in a state organized dinner for Tifnumbu, and he was addressing his host, I believe, and the supposed investors, where he was just lying and most of it incoherent. However, talking about his own reform, how the reform has been, tough, but however, it's been so wonderful, tremendous, because people are beginning to feel it to the point that his reform has also ended corruption in Nigeria. So people reacted, including myself. A lot of people reacted like, what the heck? What are you saying? Like, is it this one that we are witnessing on, or which one? Which Nigeria? What's he talking about? Omoyele Sowore too reacted harshly, of course, in trashing Tifnumbu. Sowore said, hey, this person parading himself as a president of Nigeria is a criminal. So he now put out an hashtag that Tifnumbu is a criminal. That is what got the attention of the Dokwemu Stupid Service. And what did they do? First, they wrote to Sowore to retract that. Why would you call the president of the country a criminal? People started, throwing their usual emotional garbage, try to gaslight and do all of that. But now, it didn't work. The Dokwemu Stupid Service then premised their own action on these people's reactions by saying Sowore should put down that post where he called Tifnumbu a criminal. He didn't just call him a criminal, he listed his known crime and all of that. So that it's not like it's just using the word freely. No, he's a criminal. Here. Do you understand? So Sowore resisted and said, well, you guys must be joking. Like Bukwari did try to control people's species. And these state agents who dissipate so much energy looking for who is saying what about the president of the contraption than how much time they actually spend tracking the active criminals like the terrorists. So he resisted. He said, no. He said this post could cause the breakdown of law and order in Nigeria, and himself being a leader of an opposition political party, somebody who aspired to want to be president of Nigeria someday, that he shouldn't be saying things like that. Well, he insisted that he's not pulling it down. The next move was for the DSS, right, to write to Elon Musk, as well as Mark Zuckerberg, I've been on Zuckerberg. So they wrote to him and said, hey, maybe you could do us this favor. Could you please take Sowore off your platforms? Because he's using your platforms to incite the people against the government. He is planning to burn down the country. And the only way we could stop him is to make sure you take him off your platforms, or else the government will need to take action. Right? I think both platforms ignored them. So this time they now wrote to Sowore again. They gave him an ultimatum. Hey, you have to pull it down at so time. Again, Sowore resisted and said, do your worst. Remember, he's currently facing another court case with the illegal IG. I think they called him illegal general of police, IGP. That's right. Illegal general of police, who is currently suing him for cyberbullying by amplifying the corruption that's within the police that has denied the active officers their genuine promotions, and at the same time denied those who have retired their own benefits. So this is considered as an attack on the IG. And finally, the IG himself is illegal because you know the story, right? So he's in court for that. Cyberbullying, all kind of like charges, funny like that. So the DSS have now added their own because to them, Showore's action is not only just to defame Tifnumbu, his action also could incite you, all right, to go after them. And that's going to be tomorrow. So they are expecting the representatives of Facebook, Meta, X, Twitter, that's Elon Musk, as well as Showore's lawyers to appear in court tomorrow. It was in that court today. That is where we are going to start from this evening, right? So, Omoyele Sowore in front of their federal high courts this morning.
It's supposed to be a case filed by the Inspector General of Police, illegal, or illegal General Police, as I like to call them, considering the allegation that I called the IGP an illegal IGP. That was the case that led to the seizure of my passport around January, February 2025. Ever since the judge succeeded in granting bail with that condition, seizing my passport, the judge has practically absconded from the case. That is Justice Lima. This is probably our fourth time of coming to court, in which he gave the excuse that he has gone to a seminar, he's bereaved. Today, we came to court and he said he has gone for another seminar. And he will not be back until December 3rd because he's also going on vacation. So our lawyers are going to put heads together and make a decision on what to do. As we've always told you, the reason we come to court is because we want to expose everything that's wrong with this country. The judicial system, the police, the rotten police system, the agencies, ministries, and the department of government who have been doing Nigerian dirty. We are here to expose. That's why we come to court. I have said it from day one. We don't come to court because we expect justice. We come to court because we want to bring justice to our courts. That's our goal. And it includes exposing some of these justices who have been doing us dirty in Nigeria. So that is the outcome of today's case. We walked into the courtroom, judge absent, and we also went to another courtroom where we'll be appearing tomorrow. In that case, between myself and the State Security Service, alias DSS. They also sued me for calling President Tinubu a criminal, and they've not only charged me, they've also charged Meta, known as Facebook. Their parent company is Meta, and also Twitter, known as X. What we don't know is if they are subsidiarily serving them. But we'll be in court tomorrow for that. Also on Thursday, the cybercrime case filed by the Commissioner of Police of the FCT against me on behalf of Senator Ned Nwoko, former PDP, current APC. It's also coming up. So we just want to give him, in a simple language, the Americans call them boogeymen. And these are people they plant everywhere, whether in the military or paramilitary, to carry out hits against citizens who are opposed to bad governance.
So they do all of that just to probably tie him down in that contraption. However, Sowore himself is like, if you have not been sued, arrested, like by these guys, and then charged for frivolous, charge you with the frivolous charges, then that means whatever you are doing seems not to have really gotten to the raw side of the roads in charge of that contraption, especially if you are in Nigeria. Do you get what I mean now? You are living around them, so close to them, and you are very vocal. And you indeed, what you are doing or being vocal about raising awareness now things that they would rather nobody touches the way you are trying to, you know, then probably you have not really gotten there, sure. Because call the video that got or kickstarted this new legal, what do you call it, mockery by the Dokpemu Stupid Service, DSS, is this clip where Kolu was talking about his reform.
The reform that I've embarked upon since I took over in Nigeria has been very impactful. I can beat my chest for that. It was initially painful, but today the result is blossoming. It's getting clearer to the people. We have more money to the economy, no more corruption. We have the governor of Central Bank here. You don't have to know him before you get the foreign exchange that you need. The speculators are out in our currency market. The door is open for businesses. Easy in, easy out.
That's what Kolu said and more. But the fact that he also said that he's already defeated corruption and bring your money in, easy out. I think that's his own favorite line when he's talking about money and the investment. Don't worry, bring your money, you'll be able to take your profit out. All right? You get your money back and all that stuff. Easy in, easy out. Anyway, Sowore was like, I know this is a criminal. That is not even like defamatory. Nigeria has been hijacked by career criminals for a while. That is why Tinubu could become your president, so to say. So, if you are now pointing at the criminals, there's a difference between to say they are or public office holders are criminals, this or that. They are heartless, they are inhuman, they don't love the people, the blah, the blah, the blah. But if you are not able to pinpoint them and what they have done, like we are doing, you are not being sincere. It's like using one brush to paint everybody, and it's like so convenient, so easy. You know, when you look at what these rogues are doing, their actions, their inactions, and all of that stuff, right? You can tell what kind of crime are they committing. Economic crime, security crime, financial crime is which is economic crime as well, right? Against the country. Do you get that now? It will be anywhere they will give him money, hide whatever the arrangement is from the people, and just paint a glossy picture of, yeah, don't worry, whatever it is you are passing through now, you see, the baby step of pain is like a very painful operation, surgery, but after the whole thing, then everybody will be fine. The Zobo that they are trying to sell. The opposition on the other side. Hang on, no, there's another clip of him talking about he's not interested in money. You remember when his wife said that they have their money, they are not interested in Nigeria's money. They just want to make sure that, but yet they are living off you in a never seen before way, right? Kolu once said,
And I can tell you, I didn't come to look for money. That is the situation. I came to work. I asked for the votes, and they gave it to me.
did they? call you. Did they give it to you? You succeeded in snatching, grabbing, and running with it. Story for another day, though. I mean, it can be repeated again and again if you won't get bored. Anyway, that was Kalu talking about it didn't come for money. It came for the job. It came for the job, you know? And he is doing exactly what he came to do. The rest of people, we just have to either get used to it or totally reject it. It's up to you. Patty Tomi, who announced a while back that he would be going back to Nigeria, okay, to set up an interim government, which then would bring everybody together in Nigeria, organize a national conversation to deliver a national constitution in which before any other election is held, right? This would be the best step to take to save Nigeria. You remember that was it broadcast? Yeah. And he was so sure of himself, but he's never been to Nigeria since then. He's been in the US, by the way. So, but they did go to court. They went to court. And their court in Nigeria ruled by saying, no, don't try that. That is going to bring about breakdown of law and order. Because you cannot put together another authority and call it a constituted authority when there is an existing one. The blah, the blah. Here is after court.
The court, in line with what we canvassed before it, has declared that there is no provision whatsoever for the formation of a shadow government or shadow cabinet. What that means is that if you have any criticism that you want to make about the government of the day, you do it through either your representative in the National Assembly or you express it without forming anything that has any government attached to it. You cannot have two masters at the same time piloting a ship. That is the essence of what the court has just said. And it also shows that Nigeria is not a place where anything goes. There's a constitutional order, there's a constitutional way of doing things in the country, and that constitution must be respected. It must be obeyed. You don't just import just anything from anywhere and want to superimpose it on the country. It will not work. This is not a country that is lawless. It is not the fact that the government, with respect, is accommodating, does not mean that you can just trample upon the rights of every other Nigerian or the authority of the government. That is, in summary, what the court have just said. So there is a perpetual injunction restraining the defendant and any other person that may want to go that way from forming that sort of government. Thank you so very much.
Makes it illegal. So to put it in an ordinary kind of, or in a layman explanation, what Tommy proposed, which is, he called it shadow government or a shadow cabinet. So it simply means that the opposition, okay, they will have, for example, now let's say they have the presidential candidate who is also probably the head of the political party. So they will, within themselves, they will now appoint you, Minister of Finance, you, Minister of this, you, and all of that. So you get. So they will be having cabinet meetings enough that they are like the alternative government. They won't have authority per se though. But others have interpreted it as more or less like saying, oh, let us form an interim government in a way that, because according to him, right, people need to, some things needs to happen before you can go ahead and participate in another charade, because it is going to end up same way. That's why he said, going into any election, any charade called election right now, is just like going into a war empty-handed and expected your opponent to be nice to you when his intention is actually to get rid of you. So why participate in an election that you